Hey, welcome to the Cedar Hills warehouse. Just want to do a quick walkthrough of some of the gear and some of the systems that we're using week to week for our gatherings. I know sometimes it's super helpful to know what other churches are using, different gear that they've gone through, and the different reasons why they've landed on specific things. So we thought we'd do a walkthrough and just share what we're using in our space. Our space is unique. It's a warehouse that's been converted into a facility for church gatherings. So it comes along with all kinds of different complications with room sizes and different dimensions, and specifically for audio and video, just our ability to place things in certain spots is always a difficult challenge. So we've done our best to figure some of that stuff out. Some of it we've done with troubleshooting on our own. We've also brought in some different organizations around the country to help us with shooting our room for audio and just picking out different types of gear that would be the best for us. So we'll walk you through some of those things and just let you know what we're using. Cool, so about a year ago we moved to some Allen & Heath desks. We were using some Yamaha consoles before that. We just ran out of outputs and the ability to do more monitor mixes and different things like that. So we moved to Allen & Heath. We're using the SQ7 at front of house. We're also using an SQ7 in our broadcast audio as well. And we run this all on a Dante network. So we've got 3 different stage boxes that we'll take a look at when we're side stage. So that's what you're using at front of house. We'll walk up the side stage and we can check out what we're doing. So this is the side stage, and we've got our 3 stage boxes up here. And again, those are all on a Dante network. And then we also have all of our inner monitor in here, as well as our over-ear microphones and handheld microphones. All of this is MyPro. We've had a lot of really good experiences with the MyPro gear. So we're using that for the IEMs as well as all of our microphones. We've got a distro that's helping us just minimize our wireless frequencies in this space. We're using a distro for our mics, and then we've also got a combiner system that we're using for our IEMs to bring all those antennas into one. So that's side stage. We also are powering everything through sequencers. So we've got one switch at our front of house console that we can flip, and then everything fires through a bunch of different Furman power supplies in a sequence. And we've just got one on switch, one off switch, and just keep it super simple. We're running DOS audio for our loudspeakers. So we have subs, and then we've got our main loudspeakers. We also have a delay row halfway back in the room that helps us just reach everybody as well as we can. We've got a really low ceiling in here, so it's a little bit complicated to get great audio in every seat, but we're trying to do that with a delay row and just pointing our front arrays a little bit. So just over from all of our side stage audio is where we keep all of our over-ear comms. So we're actually using the EarTech ultralight systems, these are the HD systems. And I think we have about 16 headsets that we use. And then we have 2 of the EarTech hubs that we run all of these through. Currently, all of these are on the same channel, but if we wanted to, we could break our system up into 4 different groups. And then if we found that having different groups talk about different things, we could do that. Right now, we just have everyone on the same channel, but these have worked out really good. We've been really excited about just the success we've had with these. We've had a great experience. The price point is in the perfect range for what we were needing to do and for the amount of systems that we wanted to have. So yeah, we've been really happy with the EarTech stuff. Let's head backstage and I'll show you what we have going on back there. This is our green room. So we have a lot of teams that are here for long periods of time on Sunday mornings. So we just provide a space for people to connect, to review different pieces of the gathering, to kind of debrief set lists and different things that we're doing. So this is a great area for us to to do that. We've got the ability to view what's happening with our program feed for the auditorium. We also store all of our microphones and our body packs here. For most of our people, we provide in-ear monitor systems. So everybody's got their own container with their in-ear tips, and then we just kind of use a bunch of different in-ear monitor systems. We store all of our mics here, chargers, and everything. We use wireless batteries for everything. So some of this stuff is like onboard lithium that goes right in a charger. Some of our systems we just put in AA's so we've got rechargeable batteries for these wireless systems that use AA batteries. We'll head back this way. All right, if we come into this next room, we hardly have anything that's live sound on stage other than our drum kit. So we put all of our amplifiers back here, and these are all just somewhat acoustically treated areas, and then we can just run these amplifiers live. So we've got all of our signal coming from the stage, and then it gets routed through these systems here. We got our mics set up, and then our mics just get sent back and eventually get back to side stage into the Dante network, and then we can grab those guitar amp feeds either in our front of house or in our broadcast audio location. So that's this area. We have a lot of storage back here. We try to keep this as organized as we can, so a lot of stuff is labeled, and we try to keep everything in the same place so that when people are coming in, volunteers, they just know exactly where the different cables and different gear and systems are going to be. So it's a little bit disorganized, but we try to keep it as straightened up as we can. Let's walk all the way down this area, and we'll head over to Video Village, is where we do all our broadcast. So this is Video Village, and primarily this is what we use to create all the content that goes online. But we also have some other areas too that we use for our auditorium. So right off the bat, this is the other SQ7 that we use for broadcast, and it's the exact same console as we have at front of house. We've got it set up a little bit different, more catered to our online experience, and then we also have the ability to run our over-ear comm systems into the speaker systems in here. So any of the teams that are talking on comms, we can route that in here so everyone can hear. These two computers in the back here we use for a few different things. Mainly we use it for our online campus. So our online hosts can come in here and be part of the chat functionality and just answering questions and connecting all the dots and being that bridge as people engage with our online gatherings. So those two computers are set up for that. We can run a secondary ProPresenter feed from this one if we had to, whether it's an emergency or whether we wanted to add another one. So that computer's set up for that. In our front row here, on the right-hand side, we're running ProPresenter 6 right now, and we're running that through this computer. We've got a triple head-to-go system that has given us 3 additional outputs. So one of those outputs we're using for a lower third text layer. Another one of our outputs we're using for a center screen on our stage for just lyrics. And the third output we're using for any image or video or media playback. So that's 3 outputs out of the ProPresenter computer. We also use a stage display output for people that are on stage for feedback there. Then we have another output that's going to a secondary display. So we're using that for real-time following planning center for our run sheet. And we're also using it for any different documents that we might need to open for notes. So our teaching team a lot of times will give us a document that gives us a script or at least their slide run through. So we use that visually as well in the gathering. So that's that far display. For our video switching, we're using a Blackmagic TV Studio Pro 4K. So we'll run all of our cameras, we'll run all of our ProPresenter media into there. And then we have a video director that will switch all that live in real time. We currently are sending our program feed to our side projectors in the space. That's the same feed that our online campus is getting. So they'll get that exact feed that people are seeing in the room is the exact feed that they see online. We're hoping to move to a more specialized feed for online at some point. Sometimes what the auditorium needs and what the online campus needs are drastically different. So we've noticed quite a bit lately that sometimes the close-up shots that we need in our auditorium for IMAG isn't necessarily what people need online. So sometimes they'll need more of a room shot to get a feel for what's happening in the space, like how are people responding to what's going on. We're noticing that a lot. So eventually we want to create a little bit more specialized feed, specifically in the auditorium and specifically online. So we're looking at upgrading our switcher right now. So we'll buy a switcher that's got a lot more inputs and a lot more ability to bring in different media layers. We're asking this ProPresenter computer to do a lot right now, and we'd like to diversify that between a few different computer systems. So we're looking to upgrade that pretty soon. Out of this switcher, we're using an aux feed to send the content to our online campus. So we're running that actually through a hardware system. So we have an AJ Hilo that we're running that feed through, and then that gets recorded locally on an SD card. We also have that being sent to Vimeo, and then inside of Vimeo, we're sending that to Church Online Platform, which is a system that a lot of churches are using. Most recently with COVID stuff, it seems like a lot of us have moved to that Church Online Platform to make sure we stay connected with people that haven't come back to church in a building yet, as well as connecting with people that are trying to discover a community online that they connect with. So we're sending that through this AJ Hilo into Vimeo, and then Vimeo's sending it to Church Online Platform. So this computer system is more or less just monitoring how all that looks as far as the hardware goes, and then we can see what's happening, what people online are actually seeing. And I believe whatever happens in this room is 15 seconds ahead of what people are seeing on the Church Online Platform. So we can monitor what's going on with that. Camera-wise, we're using Sony Z190s, and we've got 3 of those. Our first camera is one that we use pretty much for our teaching team. So if our teachers are talking online, or if we want to get a primary shot, we're using camera 1. Camera 2 is kind of a similar shot on a different angle in our auditorium, but really close to that same shot. And then 3 is a camera that's kind of halfway up the room and gives us more of a side profile of what's going on stage. We've got one roving camera that we use for mostly our music sets, and we're using a Canon 80D right now that's in a cage, and we're using a Hollyland wireless system to get that from the camera to the switcher here. So that's our wireless rig right now. And then we've got 2 on-stage cameras, and those are Marshall CV503s. So we'll move those around. Sometimes we've got both of them on the drum kit. Sometimes we'll put one on our keys setup, one on the drum kit. Sometimes we'll try to capture 2 or 3 musicians kind of in a cascade on stage. We can move those really easily right now, so we'll use those for whatever we need to from week to week. All right, so that's Video Village. Let's head over to lighting and we'll show you what we got going on over there. All right, so here's where we've got lighting set up. We're running Light Key through this Mac Mini, and we're building out a bunch of different presets, and then we're combining those presets into cues. And then our teams on Sunday can run through those cues specifically for different pieces of songs and different elements that we have in our flow each week. So on the volunteer side of things, that allows the learning curve to be pretty simple, and we can program everything beforehand and then create different schemes for the week. We're using this controller to do a lot of our programming, and then this controller we're using in a live setting to do different adjustments on the fly in the areas that we need it. And then this team also has a multi-view that they can use for just ensuring all of our lighting is coming across correct in the different shots for cameras. And this person is also on a comm system, so our video director can call for lighting adjustments if they need, or this person can also talk to our team if they recognize different things with camera shots don't look the best. So it's kind of another just step in the leadership process. So almost all the fixtures that we have on stage right now for lighting have moving heads, so we can move any of those lights from week to week depending on the musicians we have on stage or different things that we need to do for baptisms or for our talks, or any of those elements that might require a little bit different lighting. We've got the ability to move those heads wherever we want, so we don't have to climb up on ladders anymore to move that stuff around. So that's lighting. All right, a few more things to walk through in the auditorium. One of those being our display systems. So we just recently upgraded to some laser projectors for our side projector screens. So that's, again, like I was talking in Video Village, we're running our program mix to that. So whatever is on our side projection systems is also what's going to our online campus. So we're using laser projectors for that. We've got a center screen that has a regular BenQ projector as well. And again, we just use that for our lyrics. On stage, we have a Yamaha custom drum kit. And right now we're in the process of upgrading all of our cymbals to use just a more quiet, friendly cymbal setup. This room ceiling is super small, so we really feel the projection of those cymbals. So we're in the process of upgrading that. To get everything from the stage into our audio systems, we've got one centralized rack snake system here. So all of our pedal boards, all of our mics from our drums, anything that we run in the nature of pads or keys goes right into this rack system. And then it either heads back to our amp room and goes through our guitar amplifiers, and then it returns back to here, and then everything gets sent to side stage into our stage boxes, then into our Dante network. So this is kind of the central hub for everything coming off of this stage. All right, so our three main cameras in the auditorium are the Sony Z190 model. The reason we were interested in these at first is because they have a 25 times optical zoom. So that allowed us to put our cameras a little bit farther back from stage, but still have a ton of zoom capabilities for what we needed to do. Our tally light system is made by Cerevo. So our three Z190s all have a tally light on those, and they're connected to our video switcher, our TV Studio Pro 4K. So they follow those different switches for those cameras. We have a video monitor that basically just gives us a bigger picture than the small screen that we have on board with the camera. And then we've got some pan capabilities on the sticks here, and some zoom capabilities, pan capabilities. We also have a remote on the pan handles, and that just gives us the ability to do some different zoom things. We can also switch that over and for manual focus things, so they can run that on the stick as opposed to using the onboard functionality. Thanks for checking out this video. If you got questions about the gear that we use or the systems or processes that we use, hit us up in the comments. We love to chat about this stuff. Smash the like button and ring that bell, and keep an eye on this channel. We'll be releasing more videos like this very soon.